Let me know if you all were able to see me there. Fuck. But yeah, we had some unprofitable stuff, but we were testing a lot of shit. But again, it was all with interest. For whatever reason, from the 21st to the 27th, I decided to go with broad and just change everything broad because I guess things are underperforming. But nevertheless, for whatever reason, like again, like sometimes like even I make mistakes. Like I've done decent amount of numbers at this point in ecom. Sometimes, my brain just says, "Hey, let me change this shit up," which low key I shouldn't have done it. But I started to switch up things because I said, "Okay, bet we have over 50 sales on our pixel right now." So I'm like, "Bet this shit's low key a bit optimized. Let me fuck around with broad. Fuck around with broad." Again, maybe I should just kept doing interest. Not maybe I should have kept doing interest until we are able to scale up to like 1K days and shit. But whatever. I changed everything broad. One mistake. It should have just been the winning interest. Two, we're testing the landing pages. But the thing with testing landing pages, when you're testing landing pages, you actually have to go back week over week and check out what's, kind of your test. Did it make sense to do that or not? And upon doing that, I realized that there's an issue. Oh, I also tested cost caps before I forget. But upon analyzing it, I realized that there's an issue with the actual funnel, or not the funnel, the advertorial to the sales page. And the reason why I say that is because after we made the switch from not running interest, we also didn't really run much video ads. We switched over to statics. And as you guys see, I was talking about the last couple of weeks or last couple of days actually talking about how we're going from statics to an advertorial to the sales page. That's kind of like the whole funnel. And when I did that, the initial offer on the actual sales page, after you come from the advertorial to the sales page, I changed up the whole offer to something else, and it kind of fucked up, the conversion rate, because before we had a lower price point. It was basically two offers. It was the main one, 60% off. Then the second one was buy two, get one free. And the pricing was relatively low. But in the advertorial section or the page, the offer is completely different. It didn't necessarily make sense because the main thing was increased. The middle offer that's supposed to be the best offer was honestly low-key like a shit offer. And then the third one was just obviously it's supposed to be outrageous, supposed to be like the decoy offer, which is OD. So then it was just like, no, to us, it wasn't even OD. It was very similar to the middle offer. So then the offer was kind of valueless. You know what I mean? So I looked at that. I said, okay, that was a bit retarded. The offer was cooked. And then this whole like week and a half, honestly, I was wondering why we weren't getting sales, but I wasn't really analyzing that the offer is cooked. We're not sending people to the main landing page anymore, which honestly I should be testing both of them at the same time simultaneously still. But I said, bet. We got a couple of sales on the advertorial page, which again, you should base it off more data. But because I got a little bit hyped about the advertorial page, and on one day it went absolutely crazy. Not one day, but it got two sales. Low key, it was one day. I'm not gonna lie. Two sales. I thought, okay, bet we're going crazy with this advertorial. Again, I shouldn't have done that. I should have let the data speak for itself a bit longer. And I'm just telling you guys, a loss or something that I learned, last couple of weeks. So in doing that, I'm like, I fucked this shit up. I looked at the offer today. I rearranged the offer. I fixed up the offer. So essentially, when you're doing an anchored pricing structure or bundle, when you have 3 different bundles, you want the first offer to be like, it's like, how do I explain it? So you want the first offer to be something that's like, it's good, but in comparison to the middle offer, it's ass, basically. So let's say you put the shit to $29.99. Then the middle offer should be like $39.99, so only like $10 more, but you're getting, so for us it's 2 of the same item plus another one for free. You're getting 3 items, bro. You're getting 3 items for only $10 more. So that's a no-brainer offer. Why would I pay $29.99 when I could pay $39.99 and get 3 things? Like, that means at that point, what's the math on that? Fuck. I'm low-key bad at math and shit. But $39.99 divided by 3, that means each is 13. 33. So that means, that's better than paying, $29.99 for one. Now, the third offer is going to be where you just start stacking hella shit in there. There's value in there, but let's be real. People aren't going to buy it, and you want to do a 2x or 3x markup on that one. So then people are like, fuck, that's looking too expensive. Like, I see the value in there, but, I'm not looking to buy that shit. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that shit. Like, I fix up the offer. And yeah, again, with this funnel shit, like, you have to low-key analyze the data. Again, I made like some irrational decisions. For one, with the media buying. For two, with the sales page. The advertorial itself, like, never changed. But the sales page, I was fucking up playing with the offer and shit. Trying to low-key getting greedy a bit. Trying to get the margin as high as possible. But again, when it comes to this advertorial shit, this funnel shit, the whole goal is just to, obviously optimize your AOV, right? But you don't have to necessarily get aggressive with the, no, not too aggressive anyways, with the whole bundle. Like, I already know that because of the advertorial, we're going to get better quality people on our sales page. So, in doing that, I know that as long as the anchored offer or anchored pricing is solid enough, then we can still, increase our AOV, because we're increasing our AOV with the middle offer and the third offer if people use it. We're increasing our AOV if people add the shit in our cart, because in our cart we have some upsells in there as well, and we have a gamified cart. So basically we force them to increase shit and put it to their cart, spend an extra like $8, I believe it is, so that you can get free shipping. And if people take that, that's an extra $8. And then if we fuck around and post upsells after that, that could be an extra 10, and we could increase our AOV by $20. So like, sometimes you have to look at it and how you can spread out the upsell. The upsell doesn't always have to necessarily be, or the increased prices doesn't necessarily always have to be on the front end offer, for one. And for two, again, make sure you read the data properly. Make sure you actually analyze the shit before you make irrational decisions. Because again, I deadass cooked my whole funnel. I spent like probably $250 at this point, to maybe even like $350, maybe even $400. I have to check, without getting any, decent returns. Usually like we're closer to like break even or unprofitable, depending on like a 3-day basis. But these last 3-4 days, we had just lost money because again, the funnel was cooked. I thought that this shit just needed to optimize, but that just made no sense. And I looked at the data and it told me the shit was broken. My shit was fucked. So again, this is like a little reminder to y'all that when you're testing these offers, whether you're testing pricing, advertorials, whatever, make sure you split test it properly. Make sure you are actually reading the data correctly and don't make impulsive decisions. Same with media buying. Like, there was no reason why I fucked up what was working just because I want to run broad. Like, my second store, obviously, I spent way more money on that one. I spent like, at this point on that ad account, like probably like $200,000-$300,000 on that ad account. Obviously I can go broad on there, but this one we haven't even spent much on there. We spent like a couple thousand on that ad account. Nothing has really worked crazy results yet, so I can't expect it to work. And some ad accounts are different. Like, I know some ad accounts I had in the past, I can go broad right away. This one, interest is what really carried us and helped us to get to the height. We haven't, and again, hit crazy amount of scale in that store. The most we've done was $300 in a day, but that's what has allowed us to do that. So why would I go broad when, again, interest is what's carrying us and allowing us to have, at this point, like 8 profitable days. Again, nothing crazy because we've been running this shit for like damn near 30 days. But again, I say this to say that you just have to do more of what's working and not necessarily keep switching things up and just forcing things to work. So nevertheless, I turned ads off for today because again, I just didn't like the way the metrics were looking, and I realized that again, the funnel was broken. I had to fix up the offer, and I also duplicated all our creative tests to the winning interest and to see if that makes a difference, because low-key, that might not even be the reason low-key why we're not getting sales. It's probably just, again, the pricing shit. But I just duped it with the winning offer, clean slate, and just see how it performs. Because again, at the beginning we were running broad before we started running interest with this store. and we're using the same creatives, and it didn't get any sales. The moment we introduced interest, that's when we were able to again pick up a little bit of momentum. So I'm just going back to the basic what was working on there. Fuck around with the winning interest. New again, new creatives, and then that's our whole game plan for the next couple of days to see if we can get something profitable that we can scale. Because bro, I launched like I think 6 batches of creatives. They had again, that's another thing. They had great click-through rates, and then it just didn't do anything. Like the highest click-through rates I've seen, honestly. Basically, because I've only ran like jewelry and shit, so like the max I've seen was like 3%. But we were getting spending like $50, getting like 11% click-through rate. So if we can actually somehow get some profitable results on there, there's no doubt in my mind we can scale this shit, because I'm looking at it, there's no way our competition is getting that amount of a click-through rate because of the way their ads are structured. Their ads basically tell you what you're getting before you click on it. But us, we kind of leave it a little mystery, a little bit of curiosity that kind of forces you, because they're static. So you can afford to not really tell people what the product is and just tell them their the kind of the desired outcome of it. So that's kind of what the thing is. That's what kind of shit's looking like for me again. Playing with things. We have still another 6 batches of creatives that we can launch on my computer that hasn't been touched. But I really want to make sure that we give these new creatives that I made over the weekend some spend, so we can again hopefully find something that we can, at least one batch that we can scale. Like, at least one. Like there's no way they're all shit, because we're using literally deep research of our competitor, literally competitor research. Like one of them has to do decent. Like I'm not gonna lie. So again, that's where we're at with that second store, and I just wanted to make this video again to tell you guys what it looks like when your funnel is fucked and what to necessarily do. Yeah, that's about it for the funnel portion of it. Do I want to talk about this? Let me see, because I was gonna talk to you guys about also. To be honest, I've talked about this a couple times in the video, so I won't talk about it too much. I'm like 2 minutes from the gym, so I'm gonna just get there, and then I'm gonna talk to you guys about a rev check. See you guys literally in 2 minutes, boys, girls, whoever. Alright, one. Bet we're at the gym. I played some tunes and I threw on some tunes real quick, but ref check real quick. I'm not gonna show the second circle. I just told y'all we didn't get any sales, and I'm not gonna lie, there's no point of showing that. Like y'all want to laugh at me and shit, but yeah. Currently on the second store. Second store again. I told you guys that it's picking up right now. This multiple CBO structure. Oh fuck. Fuck, I hate when it does that shit. I don't know, bro. It's just pissing me off. Yeah, this multiple CBO structure is actually printing, so that's what we're gonna keep doing moving forward. As you can see, we're at $600 for the day. We should hit like 1.2 or some shit, and as we add more batches of CBOs, we should be able to scale up to like hopefully like fucking like 2K a day, then 3K a day, then 5K a day. Like that's the whole goal. But again, all depends on the demand of the product. It depends on what. As you can see, yesterday we did 1.2, but actually, low key we might do more than yesterday. We might actually do like 1.4 today. But nevertheless, all the scale depends on the demand on the product and what type of creators we're making. Like if we can get multiple different personas that we're talking to, then I think we can definitely scale up to hopefully like 6-figure months with this store. And if we can get different countries into there, then hopefully, yeah, we could definitely probably do it. Different personas, different country. Yeah, we can probably do it. Again, we just have to keep pushing it to the limit and see how far we can push. Because again, we can low key. I've told you guys multiple times about this, but we can just run Facebook break even, Google do ROAS, because that's what Google does at scale. I've seen it happen, like on my own shit, so I know it can happen. So yeah, we can do 6-figure months with the store as long as you keep the same. We keep the foot on the gas the same way. So yeah, that's about it for this video though. Nothing too crazy. We talk about funnels, talk about rev check, whatever. Um, yeah, again, y'all, I don't want to take too much of your time. Just want to show you guys what I learned throughout the week or the day or whatever, and then just motivate you guys to just keep going. As you guys can see, like I took an L last couple of days. I lost hella money because of being retarded. Like it's part of the game, bro. Losing the money again, it's not that deep, bro. Like if you lose 500 here, a rack here, like especially when you have no money, like it shouldn't really matter, bro. Like if you lose a rack, you have 2K, like you were poor. Like I don't want to say you were poor anyways because that just sounds kind of like cruel. But that's the reality of the thing. Like if you look, and when I say like you're poor, like in a sense like this, I'm not saying like what you've done was useless and you're not moving the needle for yourself and putting yourself in the right direction. I'm trying to say that relatively to where you want to be. Like for me, like even if let's say I have $5 million, if I know I want to have $100 million, I don't have nowhere close to 5 million. But I'm saying if that was the case, then I'm poor. Well, you're not poor. Fuck, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like I don't want to be cruel, but I'm just trying to say you have to look at it objectively and be like, bro, if I risk this 1K, what does it matter when I know I can make that 1K in the next 2 months with your job? You know what I mean? Like if that's the situation you're in. Don't be scared to invest into yourself, bro. Don't be scared to invest in yourselves, bro. I'm willing to lose everything I have right now for the opportunity to fuck around and make $5 million. Like I don't care, bro. Like I'm so desensitized to money. That's what you guys are gonna realize as well when it comes to e-coms. If you're gonna lose so much money into like this game, even if you start investing in stuff that you just don't really care about the actual loss, you just care about the progress of getting better, learning more, and getting to the point where you can start doing the bigger numbers that you want to do. But it's gonna take money being lost. Like what's the saying? You're gonna lose 1K to make your first 10K. You're gonna lose 10K to make your first. What is the saying? Actually, I don't know the saying. You're gonna lose 100K to make 1 million. I don't know the saying, but some shit like that. Let me see. Fuck, I wish I knew it. That would have been a banger. Fuck, you lose your first, you lose 10K, make your first 100K. Okay, hopefully this works. What the fuck is this? Let me see. Yeah, you lose 10K to make your first 100. You lose 100K to make your first million. You lose 1 million to make your first 10 million. You lose 10 million to make your first 100 million. It's not a loss. It's the price of success. Losing, yeah, Shout out Layla Hermosi. Go banger. That was a banger quote, bro. Yeah, that's what it is, bro. Like that's just what it is, bro. It's part of business. It's part of this is kind of good thumbnail lighting. All right. Anyways, yeah. Again, that's what it is, guys. Part of the game. Don't take it too much to heart. Understand that it's just part of the game. As long as you're learning from it, you're consistent, and you keep doing what you need to do every single day. I promise y'all, you're gonna be successful. But that's all for y'all for this video. I'm about to head to the gym to get some work in, and I'll catch y'all on tomorrow's video. Appreciate you guys for all the love, subscribing, all that shit, and I'll catch y'all again in the next video. Peace.